Your dog worried you like javelins, so I'm gonna put javelins in javelins. You can cheese bully cheese. Have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, take it.
Leave me alone! Funny, because I love you guys, but
No! Sorry. Welcome, creatures of all ages. My name is Osmus Tarkus, and you just saw one of my latest attempts at a hit film animation. Doesn't look like anyone's here right now, but that's not important. The important thing is I can avoid any copyright claims so that I can remix shorts, and if anyone comes and wants to see the intro animation later, I'll play it for them. But yeah, we are once again playing the Editani of Iberia in Rome 2 DEI, and last time, let me just get my notes out. Last time, the things got very heated up, so I have a bunch of, war has begun. The envoys of Carthage landed in the city of Arce, demanded that they pledge their loyalty to the Carthaginian Council of Elders, the Aderim. Standing before them was the young Editani High King, Saldico, who had much to prove to his many detractors in the Council of Chieftains, especially the benefactors that placed him on the throne. Saldico sent the envoys on their way, declaring that the Editani would remain a free people. War had been declared, and Saldico was ready to make the first move. The High King gathered an army of 20,000 men on foot and marched upon the city of Mastia, meeting the Carthaginian landing force on the field of battle. The battle was bloody. Hold on. The battle was bloody, but Iberian tactics prevailed, and Saldico's forces enveloped the enemy infantry and crushed them. Iberian casualties were great, but the exhausted warriors were furious, so Saldico gave them permission to sack Mastia and enslave its wealthy Punic inhabitants. The die had been cast. The brutality Saldico had unleashed upon the Carthaginians unnerved the Council of Chieftains, who feared that Carthage would unleash their full might now in revenge. But worse was to come. In the newly acquired territory outside of Mastia, two Iberian kingdoms met in battle. One was the Editani's longtime allies, the Aravakai, who Saldico now intended to court in hopes of forming a coalition against the Carthage. The other was the Aravakai's ancestral enemies, the Lusitani. Word got to Saldico that a Lusitani fighting force had obliterated the Aravakai army within the new territory. Saldico saw an opportunity and sent his newly replenished army to destroy the remnants of the exhausted Lusitani force. Now the Editani were fighting a war on two fronts. The Council of Chieftains was furious, fearing for their kingdom's existence. However, Saldico's benefactor, Gorotigi, stood firm, declaring that to the council that he had faith in Saldico's leadership, and that his leadership would pull the tribe through. At the same time, Gorotigi in secret requested compensation for his support for the king. Saldico had no choice but to accept, and promised an under-the-table yearly stipend to Gorotigi's house. But deep inside, Saldico resented his so-called benefactor, and now plots to solidify his power in the long term. This will mean obtaining new allies, and inevitably, it will mean using lethal force against his political rivals. So, today while I play, I'm going to be talking a lot about the, so some of the things that I talked about last time about the general Iberian people and some of the things I might have missed. But I'm also going to be talking about a really pivotal period in this region's history, which is the Lusitanian War, the Lusitanian War, in which hold on. Let me just fumble around with with frames, with windows. So the Lusitanian War was one of the most challenging wars against barbarians in Roman history, because like many other barbarians, the most barbarian tribes that didn't have the kind of discipline needed for open formation-based battles relied on things like ambushes and hit-and-run tactics, but very few peoples had perfected it to the level of the Lusitani. And so we are going to be talking about quite a few things, but we are also going to be playing a game. Let's go. All right, so we got some new we have some new characters all around, because I was trying to eventually just keep on recruiting politicians until I could find one that could successfully be my assassin, and I believe that assassin is going to be Saliarchus. I believe that's how it's pronounced. She is going to eventually develop the stats needed to assassinate our friend Gorotigi. So let's go across them. First we have Bicebulos. Bicebulos is our chieftain, our administrator. He is a minor Lobotani chieftain. He became a chieftain after rescuing Orbims, this guy right here, rescuing his infant son from kidnappers. He had smallpox at the age of 15, leaving him blind in his right eye, and at the moment, he is Saldico's military advisor. He supports him in his war endeavors and advises him on maneuvers. Then we have Ilbicon. Ilbicon is our spy. He is currently located in the city of Iol, which is controlled by Carthage, but he is loyal to King Saldico. He works as a mural painter and is patronized by local Punic aristocrats, who he spies on regularly. He's been accused of being a spy multiple times, but each time his accusers have either been brushed off or punished for their slander. Then we have Bekitir. He is Gorotigi's nephew. He is very eager to prove himself on the battlefield. He was a member of Saldico's bodyguard at the Battle of Mastia and received an honor for his bravery. He was also given an estate by Saldico as a token of good faith to his benefactor, and he was raised by Gorotigi, but nevertheless is torn between his loyalty to his uncle and Saldico and the Adatani king. Then after that, we have Nategaro's new wife, Sigunin. Sorry, sorry. She is very beautiful, and she is proud of it, but very arrogant fellow. She was originally an Arvake noble's daughter, but as a child, she followed an Edvani bard to Arce, where she met Nedegero. Yeah, I messed up who she's the husband of, but the wife of. Anyways, at first she was sent back on the request of her father, but eventually Nedgero married her after giving her father a hefty bride price. Then, for anyone who recently saw the last stream, we managed to get a confederation out. We confederated with the Arvakai. And here we have Senorix. Senorix is Senorix is the High King of the Arvakai. At an early age, he was kidnapped and served as a slave for the Lusitani king, but eventually the Lusitani returned him. But nevertheless, he swore vengeance upon them. So he has some bad blood with the Lusitani. he's one of the more refined Celtiberians and has a taste for luxury goods. We're going to reflect that by giving him a masked Gallic bard as a... Actually, no, let's not give him guarding ball. Let's give him a master trader so that he can get more luxury goods. He has a taste for luxury and he's content with sharing them with his subjects. And he's already won a few small battles with the Lusitani. He is a ferocious warrior. Then there is his wife, Tibaste. Tibaste is the daughter of a rival household that of Senorix and was promised him to him in marriage for an alliance. Her older brother was part of an organized gang of bandits and eventually was caught by Senorix and executed. Her parents gave her in marriage as an apology. And she is half his age, hates him, and is already sleeping with his brother, Labaros. And then finally, we have the real players of this particular stream. First, there is Ankonaunin. Rose to prominence as a member of Saldago's bodyguard after saving his life from an assassin. He is a warrior monk. He lives an austere lifestyle of simple living and high thinking, and holds others to live similarly frugal. He almost dies in a fire after being given honors, and rumor has it that Gorgigi started it, seeing him as a threat to his power. And he is very faithful to his wife, Saliarchis. And then finally we have Saliarchis herself. She is not as uptight as her husband and is a hopeless drunk. However, she knows how to use it to use drink in festivities to her advantage. We're going to send her around the Confederacy to gain allies, as reflected by the leisure time option. And she has become impartial to death and is not afraid of the idea of pouring poison into the rival's drink. And so there you have it. These are the important characters this time. And we got some new armies. We got a lot of naked people, painted warriors. We got some elite swordsmen, oh, look at that. We got some stealth warriors, some Balearic slingers, Balearic mercenaries. So all in all, pretty good. And then we are going to... Anyways, it's a new year right now. Let's roll to see, like I might have said, for anyone new watching this stream, we roll for random events to happen every year and every turn. So this year, the random event is going to be... Alright, there's a 25% chance to demolish a random agricultural building. Let's see if that, because of a flood. Let's see if that happens. No, it doesn't. So there is a flood, but it isn't devastating. Nevertheless, the event for this turn is going to be nothing. The area is calm. We're also going to start leveling up the Blazing Fury of Nito. The warriors of the Editani have gotten battle experience and are ready to spill some more Carthaginian blood. Wolves of the North, accomplished skirmishers, and formidable swordsmen. All right. And is there anything else to do this turn? Oh yeah, let's... construction. I want to get underfloor drainage so that we can improve sanitation in our cities. So Turtitani has a sewage ditch already, so it doesn't have to worry about sanitation, and soon our province will have it too. So infrastructure should be fairly straightforward. And right here is Cenerix. We're a bit short on gold right now, so... Oh, I almost forgot. We have to send a stipend to Gortigi every year now. So we're going to... Insufficient authority? Let's see... Okay, we're gonna give him a gift. Oh, no, we can't do that either. Well, let's work on that. Let's first send them on some diplomatic missions to the Keltiki and the Galekai. And let's go to the next turn. Okay, so let's go to my notes again. So yeah, the various Iberian city-states had tens of thousands of people organized under kings, and they had a stratified society where the elites displayed their status with goods obtained by foreign traders, such as from Carthage. So last time I said that primitive societies tend to be more equal than more advanced ones. Primitive is probably an unkind word to use, but my point stands that as societies increased in population and become more urbanized, wealth tends to be unequally distributed. Wait. Am I still streaming? Yes, I'm still streaming. Alright. Hearthkeeper. This woman has proven herself quite capable of organizing labor in her family's large household. She is stern but effective, and their farms are prospering. We could employ her to help her plan our agricultural development. Alternatively, we could delegate that issue to the clan leaders and perhaps gain their favor. I definitely need more allies. I'll make it up to the clan leaders eventually. Okay. So, like I said, I will be giving them some sort of a stipend because he's basically extorting me. And meanwhile, Saliarchus will begin traveling to improve her what is it? And to gain favor with the other tribes. what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I think a lot of the inequality that tends to come with urbanization and increases in population tends to come with has to do with the fact that when populations increase, people find themselves surrounded by many people they don't know or personally know or identify with. You tend to be less inclined to share with people you don't know and don't relate to. And so property rights and eventually capitalism come about to make sure that there is an element of fairness in societies where strangers have to live together. At any rate, the elites of Iberia did share their luxuries with the peasants, such as through feasts, and in return the peasants would tribute their agricultural supplies to surpluses to them, which they would use to buy said goods. So, like I said, we are sort of fighting a war on two fronts right now, which is kind of annoying, so let's see if I can get the Keltiki to give me military access.
Noble friend, what an honor you do us. Come, speak so that the spirits can hear your words.
What can I... Okay, they're not sure they want to ally with me, but they can at least trade with me. That's fine.
I cannot agree. I will take word of our agreement and put it before my people. They will...
Okay, so I am sort of stuck. Anyways, let's roll for random event right now. It is accident. One of these guys is going to have an accident. Or at least there's a 25% chance of happening, and it's not. So somebody had an accident, but it wasn't lethal. And it was probably, Bicketeer, who went to meet the Galekai. So...
Gaul is mother to us all. I live to serve. Starting out.
I'm going to send my chieftain south in order to accompany my troops. Because he's a military administrator.
How tired you are. I live to serve the people of Gaul. Getting on our way. I live to serve the people of the tribe. Get moving. Gaul is mother to us all. Move out.
All right, we're going to try to attack both the Lusitani and the Carthage from both directions. Okay, seems safe so far. I think I'm safe. You know, it's going to be a quick adventure, in and out. I think I'm going to just sack these guys and then run back to protect Mastia. So...
I live to serve the people of Gaul. On the move, lads.
is there anything else to do? No, it doesn't look like it. All right. So, I also said last time that the Iberians had a unique alphabet that we can understand, but nevertheless said that we can't translate their language because it's a pre-Indo-European language. I said that the Indo-European people that moved into Europe and India originated from Uzbekistan. That's wrong. The homeland of what we know as the Yamnaya culture, the Proto-Indo-European culture, probably was in an area called the Pontic-Caspian Steppe, and covered eastern Ukraine, southwestern Russia, and the far west of Kazakhstan. I also said that the ancient Gauls didn't have a writing system. That's not entirely true. Gauls did note down everyday transactions in the Latin and Greek alphabets, but still, the Gaulish language didn't have its own alphabet, and lore was kept orally by the Druids and never written down. Okay. Going to keep on increasing her cunning.
Thirsty for battle. Honor the gods and for the tribe.
How am I going to get there? Can the Lusitani actually go past me? No, from the looks of it, the Lusitani are stuck. That's why they had to go around and go through the ocean and attack me. So I don't have to worry about that for now, but I need to find some way to woo these people. Anyways, let's gather them at Numantia. Let's roll for a random event. 28. Alright, the event this year, this month is banditry. I need to use my hero to raise political fervor or enact guerrilla warfare, which we will do.
You have my sword. I'm a warrior, not a milkmaid. They want me so few men.
So we are going to engage in banditry in the city of Gadir.
Gauls love the open road. Well met. I will.
And we're going to start raiding over here.
I live to serve. Starting out. Gauls love the open road. Pinky cap.
This is annoying. I am the Keltiki tribe. Don't trust me enough to. Currently, don't trust me enough to let me pass.
I live to serve the people of Gaul.
We also seem to have a mercenary veteran that's conducting their own form of banditry locally. That's annoying.
I live to serve the people looking for the enemy.
Alright, next turn. So last stream I also talked about the position of women in Iberian cultures. I still stand by the point that compared to many other societies and antiquities such as Greece, Rome, and Arabia, Iberian women had more privileges because they were able to take part in festivities and rituals, kind of like women in the Etruscan city-states who were actually frowned upon by the Greeks and Romans for letting women do this. However, I will take back what I said that women weaving was taken for granted in these more patriarchal societies. It's probably a lot more nuanced than that, and women were definitely to some degree admired for their weaving capabilities in Rome, as evidenced by the exaltation of Lucretia, who weaved for her husband, and Greece, as is made clear by the myth of Arachne and Athena.
Ready for orders. Getting on our way.
Ready for battle. You have further orders?
Gaul, starting out. Is there nothing else?
Alright, Alright, this season's event is marriage within my own faction. So I will have Ninar get married, but I can't immediately do that because I don't have enough gravitas. So one thing I can do is I need to obtain some money somehow to pay for it.
Honor to gods. Getting on our way.
Any kind of marriage I'll do later. Anyways, we have to get rid of this loser.
Yes, Gauls love the overgrown. Dad, where's my meat?
For the throne.
Ready for battle.
How do I improve relationships with the Celtiki? They're definitely peace lovers, and so I need to bribe them somehow. I definitely can't threaten them. That's not an option in this game.
Ready for orders.
Alright, next turn and next year. So anyways, the Editani tribe itself played a fairly minor role in the Second Punic War. They aren't mentioned that much in ancient writings, so we can just assume that they were one of the many southeastern tribes subjugated by Hannibal Barca in his invasion of Spain. However, in the northern part of our home province, let me just point to it. Okay, so about right here is a place called, I believe there is a modern town near it called Sagunto, but there was, originally there was a big city here called Saguntum, and it was besieged by Hannibal Barca, The Saguntine people were allied with the Romans, and Hannibal wanted their city very early on. He had already resolved to fight the Romans, and the city would make a very good fortress. The Saguntines sent envoys to Rome asking for help, but Rome brushed it off and instead focused on putting down a rebellion to the east in Illyria. Hannibal attacked unprovoked, besieged the city for 8 months, and sacked it. With one of their allies ravaged like this, Rome formally declared war on Carthage, beginning the Second Punic War, which, in my opinion, might have been one of the most consequential wars in history. The Parisii, but they're not here. I believe the city of Paris in France is actually named after a tribe called the Parisii that lived nearby. It has nothing to do with the character Paris from the Iliad.
For the tribe. Starting out. Is that all?
I live to serve the
Alright, new event for the year. Alright, another faction gets married. Alright. So, Labaros, Labras, Senorx's brother, will get married, and he will get married to Achenos of the Contestani. She is 10 years younger than him. All right. First of all, okay, we need more cunning. Anyways, Labros' wife, Achenos, is a religious wife, if deeply religious, and Labros is a religious husband. They're made for each other. She is an aristocrat, and she is very philosophic. Sounds like a good trad wife of sorts. I don't know, are trad wives, is the stereotypical trad wife supposed to think a lot, or is she just supposed to, just do chores and bear children? I don't know. But yeah, let's do a favor for Bigotier.
I live to serve the people of Gaul.
And the event for this turn is nothing happens. Wait, does nothing happen? Let me check. No, nothing happens.
You looking at me? What? None survive my fury.
Sapidam, her Adabel Torton's new rival. Okay, she's gaining experience. Single combat master. War dancer has a sort of dance fighting style. And
For the tribe.
alright, next turn. Okay. Uh-oh. That's a big army, and they're probably coming my way, so I need to be prepared. I'll just quickly sack this city and then try to rush back. Or I could maybe
Sabotage.
see if I can slow them down a bit. Perfect. They're not going anywhere to this turn.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so last time we formed a coalition against Carthage with the Arvakai and Turdetani tribes. However, this was at the cost of declaring war against the enemy of the Arvakai, the Lusitani. The Lusitani people of modern-day Portugal were easily one of the toughest opponents Rome had to face in taking over the Mediterranean. Originally, Hannibal brought some of them as mercenaries in his invasion of Italy, so there was already some bad blood between them and Rome. Eventually, the Lusitani started raiding nearby Roman colonies after Rome acquired much of Spain after the war with Hannibal. I will point out that this was quite common for Rome's barbarian enemies. A lot of barbarian tribes never really needed formal casus belli to raid. Raiding wasn't just a way to gain resources, it was also a way to obtain and retain battle experiences for the warriors. But of course, the Lusitani underestimated the juggernaut they were about to face. Oh, that's not good. Anyways, let's get this battle started.
Gaul is mother. We take this settlement for the tribe.
Do I really need to... Yeah, I probably might as well. Just auto-resolve this. Alright, so... Yeah, I don't intend to hold on to this for long, so let's just sack it.
Thirsty for battle. Ready for order.
And head back.
Love the open road.
You looking at me? I shall keep the head.
For the tribe.
It would seem I have failed.
Gauls love the open road. Starting out.
Okay, so my troops are heading back because the transports are about to... the fleet is about to sail and my scout can't protect... And my scout can't hinder them any further. This is a little bit annoying, but I'll manage somehow. How quickly can they get back? Salaricus is going to keep on, next turn, she should be able to potentially assassinate Gortigi. Or do I want to? Yes, I probably do. He has the bigot trait, which is -1 loyalty for every province where the player's culture is not dominant. And he also has diplomat, which means he's more loyal for every case where I have more than have close relationship with another faction, and -1 loyalty for having less than -100 relation have low relations with another faction. So he's annoying to keep around. So
Honor the gods and your ancestors. Start.
Okay, this turn, the event is... Alright, cause famine. Seems fair. Well, I can't cause famine, but I can certainly deplete my food source, sorry, my food supply by taxing the city of Kartuba. And I can start building a horse pen, which consumes food, because horses eat.
I live to serve the people.
Alright, let's see what Carthage does this turn. Oh! They're not, they've decided not to sail. I guess my sack of one of their cities scared them a bit. I need to find out where they're going. Anyways, the Lusitani raiders were defeated by the general Lucius Mummius, who blunted their offensive by attacking them as they were hauling the goods and slaves they plundered from the Romans back home. Mummius returned to Rome and was given a triumph, and he was succeeded by Marcus Attilius, who conquered their largest city, Oxtrocae. This scared the Lusitani tribe enough for them to sue for peace. Attilius agreed to withdraw, but that was a lie on the Lusitani's part, and when the Romans quartered for the winter, the Lusitani and their allies, the Vetonis tribe, attacked again. But this offensive failed also, and the raiders were blunted by two of the less honorable Roman generals of the time. Riot at the capital. I'm going to accuse in private. And by accuse in private, I mean... have a drink with. Bitch. Alright, let's see what this new guy's new, oh, hates Romans. This could be, no, this wouldn't be as much of a problem as Bigot. So, yeah, Gortigi is dead, and Saldico is no longer beholden to anyone. That's good. Excellent.
Gaul is mother to
Continuing her, Adabel Jordan, continuing her duel with Sapidam.
none survive my fury.
Alright, wounding him.
Blesses my sword.
Warriors all.
First of all, I need to find where that army is going.
Gauls love the open road.
Huh? And disappeared. Alright.
Ready for battle. Epona, watch over this traveler.
Okay, so, this summer's event is... Okay, nothing's happened. I mean, something did happen. I just killed one of my political rivals, but... launched a coup of sorts. But... anyways... once again, how am I going to actually get through the Celtiki's land? Alternatively, I could go through the... Can I get military access? Will you give me military access? No?
Let us have good
Dang.
wine until we can talk no more.
Alright. I need to take the Balearic Islands. This is really important. But it does appear that I'm more or less safe from the Lusitani right now.
I am the knife in the dark.
So... Alright, let's see what Carthage is going to do right now. Alright. Things are still calm now. Anyways, yeah. The Lusitani raiders were ultimately pushed back by two of the less honorable Roman generals at the time. The first of these was Lucius Licinius Lucullus. I don't know how you pronounce, I'm not how you pronounce Latin. But most Roman generals at the time prided themselves in being honorable in war. It makes sense since the term casus belli is a Latin term. But Lucullus was actually not one of them. Earlier, the general Marcus Claudius Marcellus had sued for peace with the Celtiberian tribes and sent a message to the Senate asking them to agree to a treaty. The Senate refused and sent Lucullus with his men to subjugate the Iberians. But Marcellus nevertheless got the Iberians to lay down their arms. So Lucullus arrived and found out that Marcellus had unilaterally organized peace with the enemy, and he was disappointed and greedy for gold and plunder. So he and his troops attacked the Vacaei tribe and butchered the inhabitants of the city of Cauca without any kind of provocation. Alright, it's the fall. VIP visit. We will send a diplomat, and we will send the king's wife to the Celtici, asking them to let my armies through, please.
Greetings, friend. I've called for good ale to ease your throat and, ripe women.
Oh, the Celtici are now at war with the Lusitani. So, the Lusitani are now... However, they still won't give me military access. Fabulous.
Ready for battle.
So, I'm going to send my agents to scout around to see where they all are. Okay, so this guy's name is...
I could do more.
I'm not sure what his name is.
Yes, scouting.
Anyways, it seems like a good time to launch another sack on Gadir again. So let's do that. No, actually, never mind. I want to replenish my troops a bit more. So next turn. So anyways, Lucius Licinius Lucullus went on to defeat the Lusitani raiders and ravaged Lusitania, described as depopulating it with the help of the second general, the successor to the previous Marcus Attilius, Servius Galba, who, by the way, is completely different from the emperor with the same name. But the Lusitani were shocked at the Romans' retribution and sued for peace. Obviously, the Lusitani had killed quite a few Roman citizens, so accepting their surrender wasn't really an option. But the Romans prided themselves in honorable warfare, at least in theory. So the most straightforward thing to say would be something like, "No, I will not accept your surrender, when we will keep fighting until you are completely subjugated." But Servius Galba had other ideas. He appeared to accept their surrender and offered to let them have reservations in 3 divisions in a more fertile area. So many of the Lusitani actually fell for it, and divided into 3 groups for the migration. Galba then proceeded to surround all of them with his men individually and slaughter them. Okay, that didn't go so well.
How can I help?
Okay, the ship has set sail.
I live to serve for the tribe.
Why is this guy moving so slow?
Thirsty for battle. Get moving. Gaul is mother to us all.
Okay, can I actually hold these guys off? I have some Iberian champions, a lot of swordsmen. You know what? Let's demolish this. The meeting ground in Numantia. I don't need 2 infantry barracks, so. Iberian spearmen. Iberian spearmen, slingers. Yeah, seems pretty straightforward.
What do you want? I hunger for blood and glory.
Okay, let's see what's happening this year.
I'm getting a twitchy sword hand.
80. I got an 80 on the D100, so increase taxes to maximum. Fun. It's for the good of the kingdom. So Saldago has decided that everyone needs to pitch in to defeat the Carthaginians. And we need to just move troops in any direction. So we're going to do that. We're going to go and, like I said, sack Gadir. Maneuvers, as you might call it. Sacked again.
Ready for orders. Gauls love the open road.
Alright, so I am the state. Now he's solidifying his power.
Honor the gods and your
Gaul
ancestors.
is mother to us all.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so next turn. Wait. Yeah, next turn. Okay, again managed to scared off their seem to have scared off their fleet. They're looking for an opportunity to attack me while my back is turned. But anyways, where was I? Where was I talking? So I will remind you that historically the Romans, at least during the Republic, were fairly honorable fighters. They weren't averse to war and conquest, but they generally looked for an ostensible excuse before going to fight, which fortunately for them, their barbarian enemies usually gave them no shortage of. In this way, they saw themselves as having a moral high ground to the raiders that surrounded them. Lucullus and Galba were definitely exceptions to this rule, though. As such, although they were given no consequences or even rewarded in the immediate aftermath, Galba was elected consul. Historians such as Appian of Alexandria, the historian I'm getting my knowledge from, frowned upon their actions and berated them as dishonorable, no better than barbarians. So Romans, or at least their historians, definitely held their generals and warriors to higher standards than their enemies. Oh, a child has died. Who is it? Oh, baby died. Dang.
Ready for orders.
My military advisor is... skills are improving.
God is mother to us all. Ready for order. We can't do that. We cannot do that.
Let's sack the city again.
Thirsty for battle. God is mother.
And then let's go back to recover. Wait. Provincial initiatives. What the hell's going on? Wait, what is actually going on? Expansionist, diplomat, provincial initiatives. What? Well, I guess he just wants revenge. He wants revenge for... He just wants revenge for the death of his uncle. I'll see if I can pacify him for now with credit for a mission to provide food for the people. And
I will end them.
all right, Audible Torton has slaughtered the mercenary bandits that Carthage just sent after me. Very nice.
For the tribe! Get moving!
On the move, lads. God is mother to us all. Stragglers will be left behind.
You looking at me?
At this point, it basically is a stare down. Anyways, I've made a decent amount of money from raiding. Let's build... Ooh, copper mine. Let's build that. Okay, so...
I live to serve the people of God. Honor the gods.
Random event this turn. Is 55. And that is... Move army towards enemy. Oh boy. Troops have decided to set out.
For the tribe. As you say.
Ready for orders. Go Open the road.
All right, my troops have decided that to set sail. This is they might be in trouble, but you know that's how it goes. Let's see if I can come up with an explanation for this. Senorix is getting tired of Senorix is getting tired of using a defensive strategy. The time to strike is now.
Honor the gods and your ancestors.
All right, this is going to give a bit of the plot thickens. That's all I can say. Alright, let's see what Carthage ends up doing. Ah, here they come. Okay, so we have a couple of fleets. We have a large amount of cavalry. Can I win this, actually? I might be able to. Because they have a bunch of, like... I mean, naval battles ultimately do come down to numbers. And I definitely outnumber them. So, might actually be able to pull this off. The Battle of the Battle of Iberiautism. Let's do it. Iberiautism. Alright, the foolish Arvakai king is now setting out to... has now set out to his doom. Now, the annoying thing about naval battles in this game is that, actual ships, like not transport ships, actual warships can ram, which means they can just pop transport ships like balloons. But I still do outnumber them, so that's ultimately what I'm kind of relying on. I'm kind of banking on. Not much else I can do. Let's go.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
We scrappy at times, and we shall suffer many casualties. Though we can still win this battle. I trust in you, my great warriors.
Well, if you want to look at a ship full of tired crewmen who have been probably mostly rowing, well, here you go. Where are the cavalry? Where am I? Okay, first of all,
Warriors of Gaul!
okay, these are transports, and those are warships. Hurry over here. Oh boy, this is actually a bit unnerving. Well, we can at least... Careful. Okay, here come the warships, obviously in ramming mode.
Transport! Transport! No! Draw your weapon, Gallic warriors! Weapon ships ready! Weapons ready! Aye! Warriors ready!
I'm keeping these guys in reserve. These are my, like, elites.
Transport ships! Transports! Ships and oars ready! Transports awaiting your word!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Transports awaiting your word! Transport ships!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
If you want to see what a boarding action looks like, here it is. They're just all jumping over and fighting on deck.
Transport ships! Warriors ready!
Ships ready! Prepare! One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Moving out!
Ah, crap. My general seems to be doing, like, pretty shit, honestly. General is dying a heroic death.
Oars ready!
Or maybe not. His bodyguards are serving him well, and they are routing. Oh, wow.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
We are gold! Ships ready! Loose! Prepare to attack! Transports ready and
Alright.
One of our ships is being boarded.
warriors of gold! Transports ready and waiting! We are gold! Moving out! Transport ships line!
Oh, boy.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Might actually be able to win this.
Transports awaiting your word! Ships and oars ready!
Our general is under attack.
Transports! Transports ready and waiting!
I might actually save this battle, like the replay of this battle. I actually might want to actually see. I might want to see it later.
Victory for goal! Transport ships! Sons of gold! Transport awaiting your word! Doors of gold! Transport! Transport ships, aye!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
What is going on over here?
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Awaiting your word!
Okay.
Transport ships, aye! Rogers logo! Oars ready! Transport ships ready!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display. Our general has fallen. An entire unit has perished.
Transport ships, ready! Transport ships, ready and able! What do we say?
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display. Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
What's up, man? German Empire mapping. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome to the stream. Aim, we have a new champion on our in our army.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
In case you I am a history VTuber. I am a warlord. I am a warlord from planet Thrax. Who, for thousands of years, have fought on battlefields both on Thrax and on Earth, and taken the lives of countless champions. However, now it's time for me to lay down my arms and teach the world about the lessons I've learned and the people I've met after all these years.
One of our ships is being boarded.
Ready and able! To the oars! Attack!
Okay. Who do I have left? Carthaginian citizen cavalry. I can handle this. I can do
One of our
this.
units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, there we go. I mean, this is the trouble with naval battles made up almost entirely of transports. They're just so freaking lethal because they can't really move, and so everyone just gets into this cluster of boarding actions from which nobody ever breaks from. And like, obviously this isn't realistic. People weren't suicidal in ancient times and in naval battles. They wouldn't just... Although it is true that in ancient and medieval naval battles, generally if you were boarded, you weren't going anywhere. You were fighting to death. That goes without saying because you had nowhere to run. But once you eventually there would be a retreat. Even at the Battle of Ecnomus, I think the Carthaginian fleet took like losing Carthaginian fleet took like 30% casualties or so. The Battle of Ecnomus, in case you guys don't know, is the largest naval battle in history between Carthage and Rome. At least 100,000 people fighting primarily through boarding actions. There really doesn't seem to be much I can do at this point.
This is a shameful display. Our general has fallen.
I told you, naval battles are primarily an issue of numbers. And numbers and individual troop quality, so it doesn't matter how good your individual units are, they'll get surrounded if they get bogged down and surrounded by multiple ships, then you're fucked. Actually, interestingly enough, I believe the anime what is it? Vinland Saga. I remember, and the anime Vinland Saga actually starts off with a naval battle, the Battle of Hjorungvager in Norway, when the force of the pagan king Hakon. Hakon, or as Christians knew him, Hakon the Evil, fought against the forces of the forces of the then deceased Christian king of Denmark, Harald Bluetooth. Fuck it, I'm just gonna fast forward the rest.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
I am very, very stuck. Can't move. Can I move these guys? Nope. Can I move these guys? Can I? Maybe? Nope, stuck. Can I move these guys? Nope. Another thing about Rome 2 naval combat, it's buggy as hell. But yeah, this... Oh god, look at those casualties. That's straight out half of the Carthaginian fleet. Like, holy shit, that's brutal. Obviously, again, this wouldn't happen in real life, but, you know... Honestly, I think this is one of those games where it's okay to sacrifice realism for the sake of entertainment, and in half of entire armies being lost because people are fighting to death. That's very Warhammer-like, and Warhammer is pretty fucking cool. Wait a minute. I just realized that this whole time my VTube Studio menu had been on. Okay, did any of my generals survive? Okay, Orbim survived, but that's so stupid. The Aravachi dynasty has been wiped out. God damn.
Stopping for now. Turn about! Pausing, my lord.
I need an actual navy. But yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to do that. But you know, random events, the random events add drama. So, in a blunder of foolishness, in a historic blunder, Stenorics decided to leave the Arvake warriors to assault the Balearic Islands, but they were intercepted by the much more experienced Carthaginian fleet. The much more aptly trained fleet. All right.
I live to serve the people of Gaul. Honor the gods and your ancestors.
All right. 2 generals have died in battle. Obviously, the Contestani chieftains are not very happy about this.
Gaul is
Basically,
fleet disembarking.
I think I'm going to consolidate my
To travel is to be truly free.
consolidate my troops under the Contestani chieftain and leader, the Contestani king, I mean,
To us all.
Arbim. And yeah, let's start building an actual navy. So let's see, who would make a good naval commander? Oh, he's very good in battle, all right. Let's give him a Falcata. Let's give him a Naked Fanatic to follow him around. Alright, this Lobatani chieftain, Baikar, is going to be our whip of sorts. He's going to make sure that nobody is bold enough to actually rebel. And let's have him find a wife. Atabel Tordin. Very arrogant wife, annoying. But you know what? She is a former slave, maybe taken from Carthage, the Carthaginians, but she's fairly calm about it. All right. Let's send his wife on a mission to just keep them happy for now. Oh, look at that! What, the Celtiki seem to be very happy with us. Military action against Carthaginem. They were happy that they show our sympathy for us and for our great loss, and as such are willing to give us.
There's food enough
Fuck!
for 2 armies awaiting us when we
Shit. Alright, a little token of our appreciation.
I look forward to your wisdom. I cannot agree, even though the ale calls and the food smells most excellent.
Gauls love the open road. Is there nothing else?
What? Morrigan, we give their soul to
Thirsty
you.
for battle.
Alright, the spy, the Sibir seems to be an experienced spy, so our war maiden, Tabel Tortin, has been bitch slapped. For now. Anyways, like I said, goal is to eventually Baikar.
For the tribe. Ships to port.
And let's get some more troops on this end. Preferably ones that can actually handle themselves. Oh, it was in a naval battle.
Your orders.
Huh?
The ship cannot go there.
Why can't I recruit troops? Why can't I recruit ships? Alright, I guess I'll have to do it in the other port.
Is mother to us all.
Alright, anyways, this turn, the random event is... Let's see if it screws me over slightly less. Once again, raise taxes to maximum, but I am already doing that.
Your orders.
Alright, so where was I in my last discussion? Part of the discussion. Oh yeah, so anyways, this is where it gets spicy, the Lusitanian War. One of the Lusitani who escaped from the slaughter at the hands of Servius Galba was the man who would go on to be a living nightmare for the Romans. Viriatus, or as the Portuguese call him today, Viriato. First of all, Viriatus was charismatic. When another Roman general, Gaius Vitellius, offered peace to the survivors of the massacre, Vitellius convinced them to remember the Romans' previous treachery and keep fighting. He and his men proceeded to launch a ferocious guerrilla war against the Romans, rife with hit-and-run attacks and ambushes. And eventually they were able to launch an ambush that killed 4,000 of Vitellius' men and capture Vitellius himself, who they then executed.
Gaul is mother to us all. For the tribe. Ready for orders.
Alright, let's get some...
Strong men. Warriors all. At battle, there is no fighter.
Ready for battle.
It's go time.
Honor the gods and your ancestors. I live to serve the people. On the move, lads. Is that all? Ready for battle. To travel is to be truly free.
These guys are really close together. Is this one of those like weird spaces where both garrisons can reinforce? That would be kind of funny. Sup, dude? Sup, Raimundo? I am in the middle of talking about the the Lusitanian War. I'm just at the part when Viriatus gets his great guerrilla war beginning, the War of Fire. So, anyways, all right, this turn, VIP arrives. All right. Uh,
Fleet ready.
all right, so we are continuing to try and court the Celtici to see if we can get them into our confederation. All right, Carthage is getting ready to land. Seems fair. And they are coming from both land and the sea, all right. Um, So yeah, Viriatus. Alright, armies will march faster for a while. Just what I needed. Let's go. But it's also the winter, so...
Retreat! Retreat!
Well, that's kind of a scouting mission, I guess. Just wanting to make sure that... Yeah, their forces are fairly depleted. I think if they try to attack me from the... yeah, I can handle it.
Honor the gods and that is a dangerous course. Is there nothing else? A little honest blunder.
I live to serve the people of
Alright, it's a new year. Being attacked by Carthage from both sides. Let's go. This year, the highlight of this year is going to be a marriage within my own faction. Alright, Ninar is going to get married. Ninar. you know that reminds me of Nina Kosaka from Nijisanji and Ninar. Tekir. Tekir is a quiet husband, and she is a shrewish wife. And he is a lore master, a druid. And he is a very angry druid. And he holds authority, so she married a pretty high-ranking druid, alright. Are you going by the accounts of Appiano or Plutarcho? I'm going by the accounts of Appiano, or as you call him, as English call him, Appian. Yeah, I know, I'm kind of doing this all on short notice, basically what I'm doing is I'm comparing Appian with what goes on in Wikipedia, but I do mention, Eutropius also. So the Romans sent two more generals to fight Viriatus, Quintus Fabius Maximus Aemilianus, and later his adoptive son, Quintus Fabius Maximus Servilianus, to fight Viriatus. Both times Viriatus was defeated on the battlefield, but both times his troops fell back, recovered, and then struck again, killing more and more Roman troops every time. Basically, they did not fight fair. In addition, Viriatus and his men's resilience actually helped him convince other Iberian tribes to revolt, including the Arvacae of Numantia, who would continue to fight long after the Lusitanian War ended. And finally, the Iberians launched a night attack against Servilianus and brought them to their knees, captured them. At this point, Viriatus saw an opportunity and asked for peace and concessions for the Romans. The Romans agreed, and Viriatus was declared to be a friend of the Romans, and the Iberians were allowed their independence. But, of course, it doesn't end there. It never does. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's just one guy. Must have been a decoy of some sort. Anyways, let's kill him. One-woman army.
For the tribe! Gaul is mother to us all! Move out!
I'm currently buying supplies from tribal friends, so don't really need to worry about... I can't attack these guys. They're
Ready for battle!
let's see if I can catch them in an ambush.
I live to serve the people of Gaul.
Gaul is mother to us all. Fleet ready!
Anyways, this is a marriage for one of my advisors. So, in fact, you know what? Because this is so auspicious, I will adopt her as my daughter, as Saldico's daughter. So, because of this, the adoption of her, the marriage of his adopted daughter, it is an auspicious year, and let's see. And for now, there is peace, but also, let's throw a feast. Alright. Okay, in the meantime, let's recruit some more troops.
Are you ready to do your duty to the tribe?
Alright, the plot is thickening. Let's see what Carthage does in the immediate future. Alright, well, he did take the bait. So, not attacking for the moment. Revolts in Spain? No way. Okay, so what happened afterwards? This is where it gets important. So Servilianus had been defeated and personally signed the peace before returning to Rome, but his brother Quintilius Servilius Caepio refused to accept this. He pressured the Senate to break the treaty, and the Senate allowed him to actually start harassing the Lusitani in hopes of provoking another casus belli. But when that didn't work, he kept on sending letters to the Senate until they agreed to allow him to break the treaty and go to war again. Oh no. Pirates. Dirty pirates. I can't win this. The Galaici want a military alliance. I wonder if I can get them to confederate.
I believe we have such friends.
Guess not. That sounds legal and fair. Again, this is the exception. The Romans generally did not break treaties like this. But therefore, historians generally looked upon them unfavorably. Then again, one thing to note is also that Roman historians like Appian and Tacitus actually regularly said trash-talked Roman leaders and generals. Like, these guys were no exception. So the Romans, at least in theory, tried to act in good faith, but in practice, not so much. It didn't always work out that way. Okay, random event. 32. Use dignitary for administration. Alright, my dignitary is going to... Actually, you know what? I will hire a new one. Let's hire a druid.
Well met. What do you wish of me?
Alright, her name is Archibor. She is a merchant, formerly a merchant who became a druid. And she's very melodramatic and flamboyant, I'll remember that.
Honor the gods and your ancestors.
War on multiple fronts, so fucking annoying.
I'm a warrior.
Thirsty
not a
for battle.
milkmaid.
We take this settlement for retreat! I live to serve the people of Gaul. You may as well get settled in, lads.
I live to serve the people of.
Good and noble friend.
Okay.
Have an honest
They're actually getting close to agreeing to confederate me. Let's see if I can bribe them into doing it. It worked!
This agreement is like
Perfect. Alright. Huh? Tribal Confederation. The Celtiki have agreed to join forces with me. The Confederation will strengthen your people will and strike fear into enemy hearts.
Gaul is thirsty for battle. Ready for battle. Attack!
Alright, that's kind of weird. I did not know he was there.
Your next command. Set up a watch. Warriors.
Alright, well, this guy is the Celtici king. His name is Katos. Wait, hold on, I did.
What?
For the tribe!
Alright, you know what? Let's send him to defend Mastia, and let's send these guys to reinforce my my army pushing into Lusitania.
And your ancestors.
Yes.
I live to serve the people of Gaul.
Alright, so Iberiautism saga is coming to an unfortunate close. Okay, so Iberiautism, in response to the newly declared war, Iberiautism turned the guerrilla warfare up to 11 and launched a long fighting retreat. But this time he met his match at the hands of Sextus Junius Brutus, a member of the House Junia, the noble house that spawned Marcus Junius Brutus, the most famous of the assassins of Caesar. Okay, it's time to fight. Interesting. This guy thinks, well, I can't win. I think we can. Auto-Resolve thinks I can't win, but I will prove them wrong. Any opinion on Edward Gibbon? I've been getting tired of going to my local library to read the history of the decline and fall of the Roman Empire. I'm planning to just buy it. Yeah, he was a very biased sort, because, you know, he lived, man of his time, lived in during the Enlightenment period of Britain. One from whom the idea that Christianity caused the decline of the Middle East, of the Roman Empire came from, because you know, by Christianity, but whenever people say Christianity caused this or Christianity did that, they don't mean Christianity, they mean Catholicism specifically. A lot of these people are Protestants trying to slander the Catholic Church. Like, you have, what's his name? You have people saying medieval Christians believed the earth was flat. No, one guy believed the earth was flat, and that people saying the earth was round was pagans. One guy. But, yeah, quite a lot of these people had an axe to grind with, a lot of these people were Britishers who had an axe to grind with the Catholic Church. But, yeah, I am personally of the opinion that, you know what, the fall of the Roman, the Western Roman Empire is a really loaded topic, so I'm not gonna go over it this time. Who are these guys? Qatari Mercenary, Light Spearman, Clona Takonak. So...
Ready! Spears!
Rear guard right here. Oh, I also get, almost forgot, I also get traps. Let's do that. Alright, let's see if I can get them to squeeze in over here. Alright, so...
Shieldmen! Ready for battle! Orders! All right, ready! As you say. Skirmisher! Orders! Ready! Iberian swords!
Okay...
Mounted missile warriors! We'll kill them all!
Alright, let's go.
Our hidden units have been discovered. Our hidden units have been discovered. Our hidden units have been discovered.
Oh, that's sort of thinned the ranks.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Oh my god, look at that shower of javelins. Like, it's made them into fucking pincushions. Oh yeah, Raimundo, you just got here. I need to show you my epic, what is it? I wouldn't call it epic, it's just really my intro animation. I'll do that after, I'll do it after this battle. Oh yeah.
Slingers!
Okay, they're all coming from this direction, just as I hoped. No. This is better than actually what I could have hoped for. All right, let's skirmish.
Deadly missiles ready! Tribesmen!
Alright, these guys are getting showered with javelins also. This is basically what the Iberian warfare was about. Running up to them, showing their showering them with javelins, unleashing a horrendous battle cry, and then running. Some people have actually called Spain, what is it? Rome's Vietnam.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Skirmishers!
Alright. Oh, that looks like it hurts. Alright, looks like the melee is about to start. My own troops are in close formation. Definitely not a phalanx, but still I think it should be able to hold the line. I wonder if I can actually just run them behind, if I can outflank them. That would be pretty cool.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
You know, if we were infantrymen today, an intercontinental missile would vaporize us immediately. I feel like me back in the day would have been the guy getting a javelin to the face. Yeah, I can see why you'd think that. I mean, life has always been cheap, and it's certainly less cheap now because, I don't know, it really depends on the commander, I guess. Like, one thing that's nice about the US Army is that it has battle experience. Like, a lot of the people who actually were who led armies and who led the military during the Iraq War and the occupation of Afghanistan are still alive today, so they can like train troops today. Like, say what you want about the might, the terror of the Chinese army, but the Chinese army does not have battle experience except against its own people. In the age of modern warfare, actually, competent command and leadership is more important than anything else, except hardware, of course. But yeah, I mean, you can see that the effect of really incompetent warfare in the Iran-Iraq war. Like, Master of Raffleness made a video of that, about the Iran-Iraq war and how it was the 1980s, yet they were using World War I era tactics like cyanide gas attacks and bayonet charges and trench warfare. Except, of course, mixed with the delightful, with the delightful fun and games that is child soldiers. Saddam Hussein, one hell of a guy.
The men are wavering.
And then at the same time, 10 years later, you had the Gulf War, which was like a legendary curb stomp, where like I think 124 people or so died. American soldiers died. That is a huge encirclement you are making there, buddy. Yeah, that's right. This is we're pulling up. We're making Hannibal look like a Hearts of Iron 4 player today. Look like a Hearts.
Ready for battle! We hunger for blood and battle!
Tribesmen! Scrappers ready! Tribesmen! Warriors!
Pursuers! Skirmishers! Spears!
All right, get ready for the mother of all javelin volleys.
Reform! Move it!
Our men
On second
flee
thought,
the
I'll actually
field of
I'll
battle.
send some troops to chase the slingers. Oh yeah.
Iberian cavalry! Riders, forward! Back, warriors, back!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful
Okay, this is going to be fun.
Iberian swords! Swords!
Fire on our nose! One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Spears!
Okay, the rear guard is protecting them, but
Iberian swords!
ready? Oh boy. There we have it. Like 70, 84 kills from javelins alone.
Spears! Our spears are yours! Forward!
We'll kill them all!
One of our units has used all its ammunition. Tribesmen! Take them
Quickly now!
Ready for battle! Lead the charge! Stay alert!
Spears!
Okay, to actually fight while surrounded, like, one thing that Total War has been often criticized for is the inability for units to fall back in good order instead of just running away and routing. But the thing is, that takes a lot of discipline. Like, being able to do crazy things like fight while surrounded and do fighting retreats. This is something that takes an enormous amount of discipline that often civilian fighting forces like the barbarians weren't able to do. And when you have situations like where the Roman legion, Kaiser's Roman legion, was surrounded by the Nervii, Belgian barbarians, they would just form into a square and keep fighting, because not just because of their training, but because they believed in Kaiser, that Kaiser would lead them to victory. That is amazing. Case in point, riots when the police send in cops on horses.
Melee warriors! Missile-armed riders!
Oh yeah, that's basically what
has used all its ammunition.
a riot police shield wall is basically a modern day phalanx. Oh yeah. Everyone runs. Yeah, I mean, if I had no idea that if I was about to be faced by a straight out modern cavalry charge, yeah, and I was completely unarmed, yeah, I'd be running too. Oh, shit. A single unit causing like 242 casualties by attacking from behind. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. I don't think my stream will be able to continue that much longer because I'm using my phone as a webcam and it's running out of charge because I totally I wasn't and I should have prepared for this, I know, but you know what, I'm almost done with my sort of lecture, but anyways, the story of Iberiautism is coming to an end. I was in some riot march in my country in 2019, and when the cops came in shooting rubber bullets, it's aiming at the face and shit, I was like that Monty Python scene, run away, run away! Yeah, I mean, you think we're more civilized, but people these days come up with like just... people these days can still be pretty brutal. Obviously less savage than people hundreds of years ago, but like... I see influencers like what is it Fredo on TV straight out say, if someone straight out said they were going to waterboard me unless I talked, yeah, I'd be singing like a canary.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Oh hey JPZ, I'm really wondering if I should move my streams a bit later to like start this time instead of 5 because there's so much overlap with other people in Flavor. Oh my god, look at this. That's crazy. So yeah, what I'm thinking is my next stream on Thursday is going to be continuing this Iberian campaign, but next week I'm thinking of picking up Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I still plan to play the Assassin's Creed games in sort of chronological order, but the what is it? The thing is but the thing is, Assassin's Creed Black Flag takes place after the Desmond saga, and I think I can afford to do a time skip like that. Assuming without like spoiling too much.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Iberian cavalry! Quickly now! Iberian swords! Battle ready and eager! Take the rush! Spearmen! Ready for battle! Gotcha!
Unfortunately, doing a Black Flag stream means studying, what is it? Studying an entirely new period, like because when does it take place, in the 1600s or 1700s? Black Flag, I mean.
Flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
But yeah, I mean, what I do know about pirates is that most of the time they didn't like swashbuckle, they didn't fight actual soldiers, and they generally, most of the times, the targets of pirates, merchant ships, would just give up without a fight.
The gods guide our shots. Charge!
Blackbeard, Edward Teach rarely ever actually fought, except during his last battle. And then a lot of these pirates were actually originally privateers. Privateers that were specifically hired by European powers to raid each other's ships. And after various trade wars ended, they didn't really have anything else to do, so they started fighting with each other. I mean, started raiding ships. And funnily enough, I do know that the British government eventually actually did recognize that this is kind of their fault. So, oh yeah, I'm definitely routing these losers.
Is dead.
Warriors, ready! The gods guide our shots.
But so yeah, what the pirates would do is so what the British Crown did was basically say, any pirate who turns himself in after a before a specific date and gives up piracy for good will be pardoned for all their crimes. And a good number of pirates actually did take that deal, including Blackbeard himself. Blackbeard actually went to Virginia, married a plantation's daughter, and lived comfortably. But then guess what? He said, this is boring, and then went back to piracy, at which point the governor of Virginia, I believe, sent men to attack him, and he died. He died fighting. Just, there's a reason why they call it a life of crime, I guess. If you know what I mean. And here we have it. This is fucking massacre. Blackbeard, boys will be boys, exactly. I remember one of the first, I think the first ever actual Pathfinder RPG adventure path I played was, what is it? I can believe, it's something to do with pirates. I forgot what it is. Let me quickly look that up. Pathfinder RPG pirate adventure path. What is it? Skulls and Shackles. Right. No, I'm talking about Pathfinder RPG, like the alternate version of what is it? Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition, but the one I'm talking about is Skulls and Shackles, where you have your own pirate ship, and you have your own pirate ship, and you raid ships trying to get goods from the tropical areas, from the southlands of Garund. You have no idea what's going on if you're playing Mountain Blade. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. You actually get the feeling of actually being a general in those games. And once again, half of my entire army lost, but you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. I need to look up the lore of Mountain Blade, like... I want to actually look up the lore of Mountain Blade, like, Can you quickly describe the lore to me? Exactly. Does that mean we get their pay? We are enslaving them. You losers are coming with me. Alright, so, yeah, let me just quickly discuss what happened to Viriatus. So Viriatus turned the guerrilla warfare up to 11 and launched a long fighting retreat. But this time,
You not attack these folks.
he met his match at the hands of Sextus Junius Brutus, a member of the noble house that spawned Marcus Junius Brutus, the most famous of the assassins of Kaiser. Sextus launched a campaign of scorched earth, plundering and looting every Iberian town that he came across. He was actually impressed by the ferocity of the villagers. According to Appian, even the women joined in the resistance and wouldn't even cry out when defeat was inevitable. Nevertheless, Viriatus knew that he was in trouble, since if this continued, the Lusitani wouldn't have a land to protect. So Viriatus sent his trusted friends, Audax, Ditalco, and Minurus to negotiate with Caipio. This would be his downfall, and Caipio bribed them with gifts and told them to return to Viriatus and kill him. And that they did. They stabbed him in his sleep. What happened to the traitors after they returned to Caipio was disputed. Appian claims that Caipio kept his promise and sent them to Rome to collect their payment and live out the rest of their lives comfortably. However, in a version more popularly believed in modern-day Portugal, Eutropius claims that Caipio turned them away, saying Rome is not pleased by men who kill their generals. Either way, at that point, the Lusitani resistance fell apart and the land was pacified. The Romans won, only through many moves that would long after be considered dishonorable for true Romans. It's basically like alternative European history, but there are several centuries mixed into one, and the geography of the map is Turkey remodeled.
What do you want?
Let's see if I can assassinate this guy. Sakrapo.
I will end them.
Guess not.
I live
Alright, it's besieging time.
tribe. Besieging settlement. To battle.
Going to build some battering rams, galleys, and ladders.
Laying siege to their hovels. Warriors all. Thirsty for battle. Ebola, watch over this traveler.
All right, let's finish this the next turn, and then we'll call it for today. And then we can talk more about next time. We'll talk more about Carthage and its history, starting with its mythical origin with the Phoenician trader Dido. I hate this time. Yeah. Oh, well, you know how it is. That's ultimately what most ancient warfare was like. Just sitting outside walled cities and just waiting until something interesting happened.
Tyrannus, strike them down.
Let's see. All right, this turn we are. Oh yeah, I should probably lower taxes so that I can grow my economy. So okay, it is. Use spy to assassinate enemy character or sabotage enemy army because there is a notorious criminal on the loose.
Watch over this traveler.
I'll get on that. I'll steal his supplies.
Ready for battle.
And let's start recruiting some boys right here.
We need good fighters.
Okay, next turn. So you know how I basically just took that entire group of slaves? My degree is in economics. I went to college and did pretty well in it. Won several awards in economics, and my viewpoints are still evolving because, you know, I discussed this a lot with, I read a lot of different viewpoints, and and my question is slavery actually good for an economy? Because, you know, conventional economic theory says that restricting someone's freedom to choose is generally bad for everyone. And to make a long story short, slavery is good for the people who own the slaves, but it's very bad for the slaves, and it's bad for society as a whole. But you know, the people who own those slaves, if most of your tax money comes from them, the ultra-rich slave owners, then maybe it can be good for the government. And that's ultimately how it was for the Roman Empire, because most of their tax revenue came from rich landowners who owned slaves. Definitely it wasn't good in the long run, though, because you know, eventually slaves die off, at which point you're kind of screwed. But, you know, I'll have to go into that in more detail a bit later.
None will escape. Kill! I live to serve the people. To travel is to be truly free.
That's why you keep a perpetual state of war. Exactly. If slaves are doing all the work, then that means the poor sods that are poor sods that are unemployed because they can't compete have to join the army. Exactly.
There will be blood.
Mighty warriors of Gaul, attack!
I didn't succeed.
Scour before us. Warriors all.
Alright, maybe we can hire a few mercs. Oh, Skitari. Alright. But yeah, I think we're going to... No, let's... One more random event. Action by female, noble, or agent, maiden or virtue. I did try that, it didn't work, so I think we are going to call it here. I need to do more research. So next on Thursday we'll be talking about the Carthaginians. I actually need. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I need to show you that. It's like the perfect Republic of Plato. Who will do the heavy work in this free society, Plato? Why, the slaves, obviously. All right, so let me just quickly show you. I'm gonna from now on for every one of my Iberia streams, I'm actually going to roll this. You dog worry like javelins, so we put javelins in javelins, you can cheese bully cheese. I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, take it.
Leave me alone!
Buddy, because I love you guys, but
No!
There it is. How was it? I'm honestly kind of proud of this. I was seriously considering, like, if I want to make animated intros, maybe I should subscribe to After Effects, but like, in this stage of my VTuber career, $23 a month, no way. But I think this is pretty good. Good. So, thanks. That was great. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming, guys. Like, just every bit, every comment, every comment, every chat message, every view. You're making history. You're making history in my life. So, thanks so much. Thanks for coming, and expect more to come.